Welcome everyone to Area and Ben's annual Halloween party. Over the years, Area and Ben's party has become legendary, both because of the extent they go to surprise and delight their guests, and also because of the things that transpire at the party each year. 3 years ago, someone thought one of the haunt items was real and called the police. 2 years ago, Area and Ben announced their engagement. And just last year, Area and Ben's friends, Kieran and Africa, announced that they were getting together, despite the fact that Kieran had been involved with Africa's twin sister, Willow. However, nothing could have prepared Area and Ben's guests for what has transpired at this year's party. Brace yourselves, as ladies and gentlemen, there has been a murder. And what's worse, it would seem that this murder was premeditated and set up to play out here tonight at the Halloween party. But why and who would do such a thing? The party was underway when the doorbell rang. This, in of itself, was not out of the ordinary, as trick-or-treaters have been coming to the door all night, and Area has been handing out candy. Only this particular time, she returned with a disc, which had been marked with the words, "For Kieran." Kieran, the group's playboy bachelor, has been through so many women it has been difficult for the group to keep up with who he's with. Sometimes, when he suddenly stopped calling these women, they would pursue him, at least for a time. When Area returned from the door with this disc marked "For Kieran," his friends teased him, asking which girl du jour he had driven love crazy this time. Kieran laughed the teasing off, insisting he no longer dated anyone but his girlfriend, Jules. He insisted she was absolutely perfect, and had proclaimed on more than one occasion that his days of womanizing were over. He planned to settle down once and for all. This woman, Jules Parker, had come to the party with him, but had excused herself about 30 minutes earlier and hadn't been seen since. Curious, the party guests gathered around the screen and Ben started the video. Jules was on the screen, tied to a chair. She did not seem anxious. In fact, she was smiling. She said to the person on the other side of the camera, "Do you really think Kieran will think this is funny? Okay, if you say so. So you want me to just act dead? Okay." Jules closed her eyes and put her head back. That's when someone wearing a black Grim Reaper costume appeared on the screen, the hood of the costume completely hiding the person's face. This person approached Jules, knife in hand, and she screamed. It was clear from the terror in her voice this was not something she was expecting. While the act itself couldn't be seen because the Grim Reaper was blocking the camera, when he or she finally stepped aside, the result was clear. Jules had been stabbed a number of times. The Grim Reaper circled the camera and the video went black. For a few moments, everyone sat in silence, unsure of what they had just seen. Then Brett said, "Very funny. Nice prank, Ben." Only it was clear from the look on Ben's face that he was horrified. Area pointed out that the video had clearly been filmed in their basement, and Ben offered to go downstairs and see if the murder on the video was real or just a Halloween prank. A few minutes later, Ben returned with grim news. Jules was in fact dead. However, as there is no access to the Tate's basement from outside, and no one has arrived or left since Jules and Kieran arrived at the party, there is only one conclusion. The killer must be among us. Halloween party guests, it's time to become sleuths. Who among us could have killed Jules Parker, and why? The suspects have been identified and will make themselves known to you shortly. Question them as a detective would to find the suspect who had the motive, means, and opportunity to kill Jules Parker at the Halloween party tonight. Ask the suspects if they saw anything suspicious, or if they know of anyone who would have wanted Jules Parker dead. Ask questions such as, where were you at the time of the murder? Can anyone verify your whereabouts? And did you see anything suspicious around the time of the murder or regarding Jules Parker? Also ask, did you know the victim personally? The answer to these questions will no doubt lead you to form your own questions, which you can and should ask to propel your investigation forward. You may need to question each suspect more than once to have them reveal their secrets, so ensure that you form your questions well. If a suspect knows the answer to a question you ask, they are sworn to answer, and to answer truthfully. If, however, you ask a question to which they cannot provide a relevant answer, they have been instructed to say, "I have nothing to say about that." If you hear that phrase, you can take it to mean that you are on the wrong track and change your line of questioning. Remember, if a suspect offers an alibi, do your due diligence and double-check that alibi to ensure that no one is lying about their whereabouts. Someone in our midst has killed Jules Parker, and as we are all a close-knit group of friends, we must find the killer or killers among us. Find the suspect closest to you and begin your investigation. Good luck.